Hello. Hey guys, thanks for coming out. Today we're going to just quickly do a stabilizing suture for a membrane. A lot of you that do bone grafting, you usually cover the graft up with something, collaplug, collagen, something, amnion, chorion membrane, or whatever. But so basically what we're going to do is we're going to use this as our little membrane today. We're going to place it into our extraction site here. And then we're just going to do a quick stabilizing suture, or basically a periosteal stabilizing suture, just to keep it in place. So we're just basically going to put our membrane in, pretending that this is our membrane that's going in nice and flat, not like this, over our graft. So there's the membrane somewhere over the graft there. And the reason we do this is because if that membrane moves around over the graft while it's healing, you're going to lose a lot of that graft. So if you've seen x-rays of people that have had bone grafting with membranes and you look at the CT scan or whatever, and it doesn't look great. It's dark, there's not a lot of bony fill, you've lost a lot of height. A lot of times it's because that membrane was moving too much. It wasn't secure. Gums don't like to be over things that move. So the more stable that you have underneath them, the more likely that graft is going to take for you. So a quick way to do that, once our membrane is in over the graft, a lot of times what I do is I'll just go on the lingual side really quickly. And I do it this way sometimes because it doesn't disrupt the membrane too much. If you go in from the buccal and do that periosteal part first, a lot of times it just pulls your membrane right out and you got to do the whole placement thing again. So just kind of go on the lingual side a few millimeters from the wound edge, pull your stitch through that, pull that through like so. Here, and now you can do your periosteal part. So now what I usually do is I just use my forceps here, pull the buccal flap forward or out, grab it so you can see that periosteal side. So this is the inner part of our flap here. We're going to pull it out so I can see it really well. And there goes our membrane. So let's just put our membrane back in here. See what I'm saying? This is kind of a pain, right? This is like bone dry in here, so there's nothing staying in here. But either way, membrane's back in. All right, and this happens clinically too. These things pop out, right? And you got to put them back in. So let's get back to where we were. Now we're going to basically do our stabilizing part here. So we're going to grab the buccal part of the flap here, pull it out so you're seeing the periosteal surface, the inner surface of the flap. Insert the needle into that somewhere halfway down, and then come out the other side of that. You're not going all the way through that. You're just going through the periosteum, remember? So pull that through like so. When you do that, just make sure that this part of the stitch goes over the membrane as one of the little vertical cross struts here to keep it in. So that's going to go over the membrane there. And all you have to do now is just go back to the lingual side and then tie this off. And that's one membrane stabilizing suture. So we're going to now just going to go back through the lingual side, just kind of not too far from where you actually went in. Grab this, now pull it through. Here, there. Now you see those two lines there. So when you see people's Instagram photos and you have these nice vertical little lines through there, that's how you get them. And all you have to do now is just tie this here. So, at least 3 throws, whatever you feel comfortable. And this isn't reapproximating the tissue margins. This is really just to stabilize the membrane. You still have to place sutures to bring the tissue edges together. That's different. And so what you've done here is basically tied that membrane down a little bit more over the graft, preventing some of that motion. Okay. So this really ties this down so this mucosa can move all around and that membrane doesn't move too much, right? So that's basically a periosteal stabilizing suture, just a quick way to do one. Hope that helps.